Hi everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and anyone cross-watching for another Taurian individual, someone who has a lot of Taurus in their chart. I do hope that this video finds you well. We have a very intense month ahead of us. We have 2 eclipses, 5 retrograde planets, and 5 oppositions between Cancer and Cancer and Capricorn. So there's a lot of really big energy that's happening. I do feel like this is going to be one of the biggest months of the year. Just a lot of breakthroughs, breakdowns, cycles ending, cycles beginning. I think even if we don't have a very dramatic month in July on a physical level, I think we're going to look back on July months or even years from now and be like, wow, this really changed a lot of things for me. The last time we had a total solar eclipse was in August 2017, and I want you to just really think back to that time and what changes started precipitating for you after that juncture. Because I think when a lot of you look back, you're going to be like, whoa, a lot of stuff really did change, or I broke up with this person, or I moved from this place to this place. There's going to be obviously a ton of different changes that are going to be happening, and it's all going to kind of begin this month. For you specifically, Taurus, this is all hitting your 3rd and 9th house pretty heavily. So we have a lot of things happening for you in terms of communication, especially with Mercury retrograde. I feel like there's going to be a lot of disruptions to communication, the way you're being understood. I think it's actually going to be really reframing the way that you communicate, especially when you're expressing your ideas, your insights. I think for a lot of you, there's going to be some long-term planning or shifts in long-term plans that you're going to be making this month, or something's going to be causing changes, causing you to change those plans. So just keep all of that in mind. I feel like there's going to be a big shift in your course, Taurus. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. The course is changing for you. And that's very interesting. We do also have your ruling planet Venus is going to be entering Cancer on July 3rd. It's going to be a very watery time. You're going to be very... I feel like we're all going to be very sensitive, be very affected by all of these energies, but for you specifically, I think it's going to be really making you a bit emotional to all of this, very sensitive to all of this energy. I do feel like there is also Cancer, that would be your 3rd house. You might be communicating, you might be having more... I think the communication you're having is going to be much more love-based for you. Someone might be making a confession. You might be confessing your feelings or opening up or deepening a connection. That is something I'm seeing for you. Whatever sort of blockages you're having, I think it's actually meant to help you open up in a deeper way with people and relate to people in a deeper way. I do know we have Mercury conjunct Venus. Some point, I want to say in the middle of the month, Mercury will be retrograding. So it's going to really be... I feel like that's going to be a time when people come back from the past, especially ex-lovers. Mercury retrograde is pretty notorious for bringing those people back, and with it being conjunct with Venus, I think it's especially lovers. A lot of the time the people who come, it's like people you wouldn't have even thought. It's not usually even an ex, it's like people you used to work with, or just connections you kind of forgot about, and it's like, oh hey, remember me? I feel like that can kind of be it. Of course, those bigger connections do absolutely happen, but I think a lot of the time it's just, it can be kind of smaller. But I feel like for you, this is really going to be a big period of looking back on relationships, especially. I do also... I believe Venus is moving into Leo towards the end of the month as well, so there's going to be a lot of... It's going to get very big and dramatic, I feel like. And I think you're really going to want to have the absolute best for yourself in terms of your relationships, in terms of what you have, your possessions. You're going to kind of be feeling like royalty. Which is very nice, I hope. Don't let it get to your head, okay? But I think that's a pretty nice placement, actually, Venus and Leo. it can be a little superficial, but I think you're going to be feeling really good and you're going to be looking really, really nice. I think you're going to be attracting a lot of attention. Um, Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for the astrological report. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm not hitting on, but you can absolutely check my blog post down below. I have a link with all the astrological information I kind of will be referencing throughout this video. And of course, I do have links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. You can look in the description box down below. I also have an Instagram and Facebook page where I post updates, announcements, pick card readings, and collective cards. I am going to be offering giveaways on this channel as well too. So if you are interested in a chance to win a free reading or a free Reiki session, definitely hit subscribe and also follow me on my other social media so you don't miss out. You'll make sure you have your bases covered here, especially with Mercury retrograde. You don't want to miss that opportunity. So definitely follow me all over. And I'm trying to think. I think that's kind of the basic stuff. Before we begin, I just like to disclaim that, of course, these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically, Taurus. It's up to your own discretion and intuition to figure out what messages apply to your own life and what needs to be left behind for someone else. Some of the energy may come in the reverse, the roles may be switched, so another person, maybe your own energy or vice versa, especially if you're cross-watching. And don't get caught up on the gender of the cards. It's just the way the energy is being best translated. And that goes the same for the zodiac information as well. It might not be a fire sign. It could just be someone who's really fiery, for example. Obviously, this isn't going to be the same for everyone. It's going to be different for your individual life. And of course, you are more than welcome to take a look at your other placements to get a more thorough picture. So you could check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus for the general readings, or if this one doesn't resonate, there may be a better message for you in one of those. You can kind of figure those placements out using the Astro link down below for a natal chart that I provided. And let's see, I think that is actually everything. If I remember, I will plug it into the actual video. Before we begin, I am going to actually tune into your energy, tune into source consciousness, figure out what are the messages and guidance that is being given to you at this time. I absolutely invite all of you to join me in this process, visualize a field of light connecting us all, the viewers, me, and source. Beautiful. I'm going to begin by taking a peek at what the energy is coming into July for you. So this may be referencing June. I have been saying in all the videos, I actually feel like the past and future energy is going to be going further out because we are kind of at a cyclical juncture. There's cycles ending, cycles beginning. So this could be referring to previous eclipses in the past couple of years. This could be going pretty far back, actually. So do keep that in mind. But it's all going to be coming up through July in some way. It's going to be relevant to July. Interesting. What are the messages for Taurus coming into July? What are the messages for Taurus coming into July 2019? So I have the Five of Pentacles, Father of Swords, Five of Wands. So I feel like with this Five of Pentacles kind of showing up in the day-to-day, there was some sort of loss of a job or of a home or something that was very much a part of your day-to-day life. There could have also been kind of a struggle with money for quite a while. Could be referencing a bit of loss. Could also be more than monetary. It could be a person, someone who is close to you, someone you spent your life with. Could be a family member, friend, lover. It seems like it's been definitely shedding a lot of stuff. I'm also kind of getting that with this Five of Wands here. I feel like there's been people you've left behind or people who have left you behind. There's a bit of a power struggle. There's no winning in a situation. I feel like this has kind of kept you down, especially if it's involved an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Especially Aquarius, or perhaps even third decan Capricorn, or someone born in the last 10 degrees or 10 days of Capricorn, or 10 degrees of a placement in Capricorn. This is someone who was very close to your heart. Not necessarily the softest person, but very fair. They tried to be egalitarian with things. I do feel like they might have gotten a bit stubborn, however. Maybe that's why you had to kind of walk away from this person, or they walked away from you. It was either their way or the highway. And you just weren't having it, but it really did hurt you. I think you really felt this loss. This could also be you kind of stepping into this energy, Taurus. Some of you had to become this Father of Swords. Some of you had to be very logical about something. You're being very head over heart, psychoanalytical. You weren't trying to succumb to this emotion. You're very mental with the way you were feeling. And I feel like you kind of distanced yourself. You kind of walked away from a lot of people in this cycle. I'm curious to see what the animal cards have to say. What is the animal wisdom for Taurus? Yeah, unicorn. I feel like a lot of you have been really... It's been a reflective time. I feel like what you lost really shook you in a very big way. It really challenged the way you saw your life. I feel like this person or these people, you really saw a future with them, or you thought there was a future or a potential there, and it ended up not being true. It could also... You've just been questioning things. It's really caused you to be a bit reclusive, but you've been very psychically strong. You've been tuning into this third eye here. If you haven't been meditating, you absolutely should be with this card. There's a lot of messages that are trying to come through, a lot of spiritual insight. Working with the third eye. I think some of you actually have a blockage here. You're not seeing a pattern. You're close to seeing something for as it truly is, or you don't know. You're doubting. A lot of faith. This card kind of reminds me of the Star card, and I feel like things have been uncertain for a while, haven't they? And I feel like you've been trying to figure this out mentally. You've been trying to figure this out logically. What does all of this mean? Where am I going? What am I doing? You've not been tuning into your heart so much. You've not been tuning into your deeper wisdom. And I think this is why this card is showing up. It's time to really plug into this third eye, especially for July, with all the stuff happening in Cancer, especially the new moon and the eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd. It's going to really open up intuition for a lot of people. So really work with that energy, because there's some clarity that you're not getting. You've not wanted to go into your heart because there's a lot of loss, a lot of pain, mourning, grief. You've been trying to walk away. It's like you really thought you walked away from something, but you haven't. Sorry, calling you out. Rude. But it's the message I'm getting. And I think you're really going to be rethinking things a lot. Reflecting a lot for this retrograde season, for sure. Now let's see. What is the energy for the first half of July for Taurus? What is the energy for the first half of July for Taurus 2019? Oops. There we go. Interesting. A lot of different energy on the table. There could be a lot of people coming in from the past. We have the Father of Pentacles. Could be an Earth sign, especially a Capricorn. Or I'm sorry, especially a Taurus. Could be you. Kind of entering your element here. Entering your power, entering your authority. A lot of stability. That could be coming through you or another Earth sign. Feels more like you, though. Could also be an Aries. Especially in the last 10 degrees. So that's the last 10 days of Aries season, or the last 10 degrees of an Aries placement. Daughter of Cups could be a water sign involved as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Someone, a new love connection perhaps, maybe someone from the past. I feel like you are also kind of coming into your heart again. This is the heart of the reading for you. But you're very sensitive. Beneath this guarded Father of Swords, beneath this mental wall, there's actually been a lot of sensitivity that I think is going to be coming up for you. Very psychic, very intuitive at this time. Someone may also be coming in making a love offer, especially if they're a fire or water sign. Or I'm sorry, earth or water sign. We do have Leo here as well. The Strength card. Could be in reference to Leo season. Something happening in Leo season. It came out with this Three of Cups. I feel like a lot of you are connecting with like-minded people, finding your flock, spending a lot of time with friends. This is good, actually. I feel like you've been pretty isolated for a while, and I feel like you're feeling much more social, getting in touch with your happiness, celebrating. Maybe something to do with a Leo. Could be something that's happening in Leo season. So that could be later in July, August, something you're excited about. But it's looking really good. If there is a Leo who you're talking to, I feel like there is going to be a deepening of connection here, especially with this Daughter of Cups, Page of Cups. I feel like you're connecting, even if it's with old people, you're connecting with them in new ways. I feel like you found a very real sense of stability for yourself. Whatever it was that you've lost, you've come into something new, more solid, better. And you're coming out quite strong. You're stronger for it. You're stronger for all of this. What is the animal message for Capricorn in the first half of July? Or I'm sorry, for Taurus. What is the animal message for Taurus in the first half of July? I'm a Virgo. I'm very affected by Mercury retrograde. We're already in that pre-shadow and I'm feeling it. So I apologize if my words are a bit jumbled here. Fox. I do feel like someone... Okay, I was going to say this. I feel like whoever it was you walked away from, I feel like there's some sort of apology that's going to be happening. And it's actually, it served to make a connection even stronger. Because when the Fox card shows up, this is kind of reaching out to someone. Or something. Something that kind of slipped away. Someone that kind of slipped away. A relationship that was there. It looked very interesting. Eye-catching. Alluring. And then it vanished just as suddenly as it appeared. I feel like this is something coming back. And it's coming back stronger than before. But there is a need to reach out. You might need to be connecting with people, with this person. Opening up. Letting the guard down. I do feel like there's also a long-term partner here for you in the first part of July. Could be a business partner. It feels more romantic though. Maybe both. I feel like you're just kind of figuring out who your allies are. Interesting. I'm curious to see now what the energy for the second half of July is looking like. This could also be going much further out. This is kind of just the direction all of this energy is going in right now. Could be for the next several months, especially with the eclipse cycles. Whatever happens in these months, in this month, is going to have a lot of long-term impact. It might not even be visible right away. You're feeling that. You're looking out into the future with this Three of Wands. You know, whatever's changed in July, it's bringing in something new. You have a better sense of what that is. Justice could be Libra. Again, kind of this head over heart energy. I feel like that's something you're going to be struggling with for a while. Or maybe it's something you need to do. I think we'll know more in a sec. I feel like you are striking a balance between that tendency. Mother of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are definitely dealing with a Libra by the end of July. Could also be an air sign. Another air sign, Gemini, Aquarius. Maybe a third decan Virgo. Someone born in the last 10 days of Virgo season or the last 10 degrees of Virgo. I feel like you're actually coming into a lot of abundance. Things are looking really stable for you. You are kind of coming across as pretty guarded, though. Not very open to love. I think you're still kind of healing from something. Nine of Pentacles is kind of a personal achievement. You're really focused on finding this happiness for yourself, finding stability for yourself, and I think you see that coming. But with this Mother of Swords, you are coming across as kind of, you might be coming across as a little cold. This could be someone you're communicating with as well. This is someone who's lost something. They've kind of become cold due to some sort of circumstance, situation, loss. But I feel like you're really coming into your power either way. For those of you who are in some sort of legal issue, court issue, it's actually looking pretty favorable. There might be a turn of events or something by the end of the month where you're seeing that. I definitely see money coming in for you. Someone might be offering you some money, especially an air sign. What is the animal wisdom for Taurus? Second half of July. What is the animal wisdom for Taurus? Second half of July. Interesting. We got a few. Whale, owl, and bear. All of these came out together. Owl tells me that there definitely is a blessing coming in, and it's definitely something you're seeing. Something's coming in. You know it. You can feel it already. It might be taking a while, it might be a little slow with this bear card. But it's very steady. And with this whale, I feel like you're just really taking things slow, taking care of yourself, catching your breath. You know, you've been deep down for a while in yourself, and I feel like you are coming up for air. You may be reaching out with people. Also just taking care of yourself. I feel like you're coming into both physical and emotional stability. And you're already getting some of that financial stability by the end of July. And I'm not getting any more messages for you, Taurus, right now. I do hope that this video was helpful. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what's going on with you guys. You can also check out some of the other videos or book a personal reading with me using the links down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Bye, Taurus. Happy July.